On clicking this upload button, we have to create a form, and this is the basic YouTube UI. So let us create a new page now. Let us say upload.php, or you can say create.php, create video.php, whatever name you like, create -video.php. So here I will first link this create -video.php. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to copy paste this template. Okay. So in that template, what are the things we want? We want this header part. Okay. So we want this header part, and footer we have nothing. So this part will repeat. Okay. So this section mainly, this header, container, and this style sheet. So we want it to repeat. So for that, what we will do, we will separate it in an external file like header.php. The benefit of separating in different file is that you can reuse the code. If I don't separate in an external file, the problem will be I'll have to copy paste everywhere. I'll have to copy paste here, I'll have to copy paste in other page. Okay, I don't want this trouble. So that in future, if I change any single part of this file, okay, it should reflect in all the pages. Got it? So this part I'll cut out. Okay, so now I want to make it more dynamic, so I'll cut out this and I'll paste in header.php. So this is just a separate file, header.php. Whatever you want, you can give any name you like. I can say navigation.php, anything you like. I can say template.php, whatever name you like you can give. Okay, so say this is template.php. okay, so here I will now simply include this. First open and close PHP text, include template.php. So what it will do, it will bring the code from this file and it will dump it here. Okay, then it will behave just like other normal file as before, as usual. In this part also we have to be careful a little bit. So where did our div start? This one. So this /div/body. So this part also we want to separate in something like footer.php. Okay, so let me create another file again, footer.php. So this is a standard pattern actually. So I'll cut out this and paste in footer.php. Now simply what I will do, I'll include the footer page like this, include footer.php. The better name will be header.php, not template.php. So I'm doing like this, header.php and footer.php. Now I just need to include these two things in every files. Okay, alright, then it will work like smoothly. So template.php will rename to header.php and footer.php. So these two files. So any questions here? Any confusion? This place, what I just did, you will see that rest of the works like still fine. Rest of the thing works just the same as before. So I just separated this code in header and footer files. Okay, this is header file. So basically this top section, okay, before the div element, div class container, and footer part will be basically this closing part, which closes this container div. We open this container div, right? Then we close here in footer. Then whatever comes in between will be in these files, in any file where we are. Okay, so it will be between this header and footer.
Although that can be done in more larger scale, right? Is it? Like for example, in the body also there are many sections. Like there is
yes, exactly.
What is preferred videos or recommended videos?
Yeah, these things keep on repeating.
Videos. So you can.
Yeah. So those things which keep on repeating.
So we can also do that.
Yes, you should externalize and you should import them like this. Include header.php like this. Now what I'll do, I'll go one step further. So basically I'll create a folder, say includes. So includes is a folder basically where you store the things which you include. So example header, I'm including this header. Example footer, I'm including this footer, right? So it's just a folder name which we give to those files which we are including. So it makes more sense to organize them together in includes folder. So these are includes folder. So this means that all these files, they are not like standalone files. So we include them in some major file. Okay, in a main file we include them. So these are like partial files. These are not fully independent files in themselves. So these are not fully independent. So these are just partial files, so which we have stored in includes folder, and we use them in some other main file. Okay. So now the relative URL will also change. Now this is the source file, this is the destination file, right? So to reach the destination file from the source file, we have to first go inside a folder. includes, then slash, then we reach the header PHP, correct? Similarly here also we have to update include slash footer.php. Now it's getting more organized. Okay, the project is becoming more standard. So I hope you got this right. So when you
Yes.
organize this, it does not mess up your code here. Okay, let me just open this folder separately. 1 minute. I will drag and drop. 1 minute. Let me save this. Yeah, I'll reopen the folder. You can also drag and drop the folder in VS Code, so that we can get focused only in this YouTube folder, because I was actually opening the parent folder of this. So okay, so this same thing we will include now. So now when we do this create video, now I have no tension. I don't have to think whether I need to include bootstrap, whether I need to include font awesome or not. I don't have to take any of this sort of trouble. So I know that in this header file I have already included all the things I need: my external CSS, my bootstrap file, my link of font awesome, the navigation. I simply have to include this header file, right? Like this, php include header.php. So it's such a clean way now. Some people like to do it in one line also, like this. Then I have to include footer. So before I start any page, I'll just put these two files first. Okay, done. Now in between this I can write anything I like. So I can say h3 create upload your video /h3. Okay, so now whatever I'll write, I know that it will be inside a container, because I opened the div container here. I did not close here. And where did I close? I closed in footer.php. So whatever is between header and footer, it is sure that it will be inside a container. Now when we click this upload button, we will be navigated to create video.php, but we get some error. So the link, it is saying no file directory exists, include header.php. Obviously, because the link is wrong. It is trying to search for the file in this same location. So we have to say include /header.php, because it is inside a folder. Okay, include /header footer.php, like this. So when we reload this again, we get a nice layout. Everything is working, icons are working, and with this new title here. Okay, so you can add HR, whatever you wish. But now we see that the code is not very readable now. Code is very readable. If I had pasted this long code here, you would have got confused probably. Okay. Yes.
In this case, the code is very readable, but how do we make it unreadable? Like maybe even if you get access to the code, you cannot interpret it.
Now,
is there any way?
No, actually source code is always readable. So the distribution code, basically the code which you upload to your website, it may be compressed. Example, here we have not compressed our code, but if you check the code of Amazon or Flipkart, the code is compressed. The white spaces are removed. So here you can see the white spaces, new lines, everything is there.
Yeah.
But if you check websites of most of the production websites,
proper indentation and everything.
Yeah. So all of this you will not see here. So they are actually removed to save actually this one, space actually. To reduce the file size, it is done actually. Not for hacker actually. It is done to reduce the file size. So because hacker can anyway run this through a parsing software. So we have online software also, Prettify software. So you can beautify the code and it indents automatically, just like how VS Code does. So just by doing unreadable code, there is no benefit actually, because already tons of software exists which can make it readable again. Okay, by adding indentation and all this stuff, you can beautify the code. So if you make the code unreadable while developing, it will be your own trouble. You will have a lot of hurdle while developing. Okay, you'll face a lot of obstruction during development. So the software development will be very slow, because you won't be able to understand what's going on. So that's why always write clean code. So there is even an entire Udemy course on clean code. You should always go with clean code, like nice variables, proper indentation, because source code will always be with you unless you reveal it in public GitHub repository, like that. Make private GitHub repositories, secure your server password, like that.
Okay.
Because once they get access to code, no matter how unreadable it is, like they can exploit anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
No, like in some cases, like some. Okay, we'll talk about this post the session.
okay. So upload your video. Here we will create our form. So what are the things a video needs? We have to put it in the form. Okay. So always when I create forms, I create like this. I create div element, then I have some label. Okay. So in label we can say first one is video title. Then next what we have, input. Input type equals to text. I can right away start with bootstrap form control like this. Bootstrap classes. Then name attribute is required, right, as you know, because this is the only way how servers the value is passed from one file to another through name attributes. Okay, it's attached. The values are attached with the name attribute and it's passed. If you don't have name attribute, it has nothing to attach the value you type with. So name, we can say title like this. Then description of the video. In this div element, I always add some my3 or something so that there is gap between each input. Video description. Here simply we will say name equals to description. Now last one more thing which is most important is video file. Select video file. So here name will be, we can say, video, but input type will be file, as you know. Okay. Yes.
So, although whatever you wrote there, would you consider it to be a dry code, or would you, because in some you would be repeating the like a lot of like the label and input and all that, right?
Yeah, actually this is not possible unless you use a framework. So you have to use framework like Laravel or like Vue.js. They help you to make components.
Okay.
Once you make a component, just by calling that component, it's like a function basically. It'll create the entire UI for you. So you have to call only 3 times, then you'll get all these 3 things.
Okay.
So frameworks are very helpful. Yes.
So this is not, although we would not do this in, this is not the conventional way, right? Is it?
For simple websites, it works
make
actually.
The code repeatable. Okay.
For simple sites, it has no issue. You can go with it. But if it's a large scale website,
more
with,
like
yeah.
Yes.
Look, you can say medium to small scale
so
website.
It can cause scalability issue, is it?
Yeah, it can cause scalability issue. If you have a lot of pages, lot of forms in future, then you should go with a framework.
Okay.
Because in future, if you decide to change the style or UI, it'll be a lot of trouble to change every single form.
Yes, yes.
So in button, at last we will just create upload video. So button will not have any style unless we add this our external style sheet class. So style btn, so which is our custom class, like this. Upload video, and here also we want the upload icon. I class equals to fa hyphen upload /i. Make sure you close the I tag. So that's it. Yeah. So we can also shorten the form if you want. So what we can do, we can make this inside a div element, upload your video, indent them, and in this div we can add an inline style because we will be applying only to this element. So we will say width colon how much, 600 pixel, or you can say max width 600 pixels. Then margin left auto, margin right auto, right? So for this you can also add bootstrap. You can always mix bootstrap and CSS. Okay, MX auto. So margin left and margin right auto. So for block elements, this is the centering technique you can use. Then it will be centered like this. Okay, we did not add any background color or something. Now, to upload a form, to upload a file, we have to add 2 more things. Eng type. Eng type is important. Eng type will be multipart / form hyphen data. Encoding type. So this is very, very important. Without this, you won't be able to upload the file. Then method must be post. Method must be post, no matter what. So if you do get method, file will again not be uploaded. So these 2 things must match. Method equals to post and eng type equals to multipart / form data. Okay. And at last, action is required. So in this action, you can put the link to that file where you will process the video, where you will upload the video, right? Yes.
But can that be done in this div rather than putting it in the form?
Oh,
Because
sorry, my bad. It's actually my
previously
bad.
we were doing.
My bad. It should be in the form itself. It will not work in the div at all, by the way. So these are for forms. Sorry for this mistake. So basically, these attributes are only for form tag. So they don't work on any other tag like div, or it will not work. Okay. So it will always look in the surrounding form. So wherever we have our submit button, in whichever form it is enclosed, so that particular form it will try to look. Okay. That whether it has action or not, whether it has method post, enc type or not, all these things. Alright, so in action we have to now create a file where the values will be submitted. So in that file everything we'll do, like storing in SQL, processing the file, all this stuff. So let us create this file. So we can say upload.php, or you can say process upload.php, whichever name you like you can put like this, process upload.php, or you can also organize these files in a separate folder like forms, like that. So here form action equals to process upload dot php, like this. Form action equals to process upload dot php. Now control will come to this file. As soon as we submit this file, all the values will be submitted to this. Okay. So whatever we will submit, let us check. Let us select a file. I don't have any video file here. Okay. I had a short video. Okay, it's 800 MB. In downloads it was there. We might have to download one more again. Filling is the secret. Okay. So when I click this upload button, you can see it moves to process upload.php. So it is coming to this file. So now here we have to receive the values, but before that make sure everything you have in place. So action is given, yes, method, post, enc type equals to multipart form data, which is very important for input type file to work. If you don't have input type file, it's unnecessary. You don't have to use enc type multipart form data. It's optional. But if you have input type file, you must provide this. Otherwise, the file will not be encoded and submitted properly. Then make sure in every input element you must have a name attribute, because only through these name attributes the values are attached together and submitted to the server. So name title, name description, name video. Alright, so let us come to this file now. Now since we will be writing PHP code, you must open PHP tags. Only when you are writing HTML code you can write directly, but whenever you want to write PHP code, it must be always inside PHP tags. So here we will first receive this title and description. Since this is passed through the post method, so we can receive it using the super global called $_post. So the name, we have to create variables now. You can give any variable name, but this super global variable name must match $_post. And here the name, the key value, what will be the key here? The key will be the same as this form name attribute. So here we give title, so then whatever user typed we will get in this variable. Okay, so similarly we have description. You can give different name also. So suppose here we want to say video description, video underscore description. Not necessarily that the variable name has to match, only this attribute name, this name, okay, this key name has to match with this name attribute. So name and video description. So these are the two values we receive. Now this file is a little bit different. It's not as simple as receiving the value like this. It's not as simple as receiving the value like this. Okay. So instead of $post, what do we use? We use $_files. Okay, that's the first difference. So instead of $_post, we use $_files to receive the file. So now why it is stored inside $_files? So because this is an associative array. We are not getting a simple value. We are getting a complex value. Okay, it is consisted of 5 different values. So this associative array, so whenever we access this value, so we in turn get an associative array. And this associative array, so this is an associative array consisting of 5 elements, okay, or you can say 5 attributes. So they are, number 1, you can say name, number 2 TMP name, temporary name, because every file is by default stored in temporary location first. It's not directly stored in some location which is permanent. Okay, it is stored in some temporary location which is removed later. Okay, so it's the job of the developer to store in some permanent location, whichever location you like. Okay, so then we have error, then you have type of the file, then you have size of the file. So using these 5 attributes you can access, okay, you can access the specific attributes of a file. So example, a file has a name, a file also has temporary name where it is first uploaded, then a file can have error. If there was any error during uploading, you will have some value here, otherwise it will be null. Okay, you can use if condition to check. Then if you want to find type of the file, what type it is, PDF, image, whatever type. Then if you want to find size of the file, you'll get the size in bytes. Okay, so once you store this associative array, so you can also read from here directly like this by combining a second value. Okay, but if you store this in variable, then you can do through using this variable also. So suppose we want the name of the file, so we can do like this, file name equals to $video name. So because this video is storing this associative array now, which consists of 5 values, so now we can access this individual items from this associative array called video. Okay, so if we want name, we'll do file name like this. If we want temporary name, we can give any name. This tmp name equals to tmp underscore name. Okay, so this attribute names must match. Okay, whatever you are providing here, this must match. And on the left side, whatever variable name you like, you can give. Did you understand this part, Vipul? How files are different from this $_post?
Yes. Although one question I have here.
Yes, what is the question?
It's like the video can have two names, right? One is the real name of the video, the actual name of the video, and another is like the, if we are uploading in YouTube, it can be like best PHP video or something. But whereas the video has some vid dot 1 2 3 4 5
Oh, that's the
MP4,
file name.
something like that. The real name, right?
That's the file name. Look, that is why we created already one input. We said video title. You can see, right? We separately already mentioned video title. So this will be stored in database. It's just a text field actually. It's not. It has nothing to do with file name. So this text field will be displayed in our web page whenever a video is open. So here we will be reading from SQL. We will not be reading from video file name. So this part will come from the title of the video. It has nothing to do with yeah. So you can store more information like tags, hashtags, and more information for kids or not, select box like that. But you have to know how to pass the values from a form input to the server. So with this, yeah. So every file has these 5 attributes, and also instead of $post we use $_files to read the video, and every video has 5 attributes. So we wanted name and temporary name. We don't want size or type something, but if you want to add validations like video cannot be more than 1 GB, so in those scenarios, so we can add conditions like that. So now what we will do, we will use a function now. It is called move uploaded file. Now this is our only task. So we have to store the video permanently, right? So right now, which we are not doing, so we already have a folder called uploads folder. So we want to store in this uploads folder, okay? So what we will do, we have a function called move uploaded file, move underscore uploaded underscore file. So this file takes 2 parameters, 2 arguments. One is the file name and the another is the destination. What does it mean by file name? It means the temporary name, okay? It takes the temporary name. So since we stored this in a variable, so we can provide this variable. You could have also provided this value directly, but we can provide this variable. It seems more simpler to read. Then the second one is the permanent destination, the final path where you want to store the file. So compared to this relative URL, from here, if we want to store in this uploads folder, so we have to add our folder name uploads slash, then what is this? This is dot. This is concatenating. Okay, so we are concatenating with the file name like this, $file name. So what will $file name contain? This will contain the name of the file. So as you said, vid.mp4 like that, whatever name it is. So when we join upload slash with vid.mp4, what will be the result? the result will be uploads slash vid.mp4 like this. So this will be the path of the file, right? Isn't it? So we are
Yes.
basically storing inside a folder. Okay, if you don't provide this path, what will happen? It will store in the same location itself. So wherever we have this file, if it is inside some folder, whatever it is, wherever this file is, process upload.php, so in that location itself, the video will be uploaded. So in the same location of that file. Let us try it. We are not storing in SQL, we are not storing any database stuff. Okay, we are not doing any stuff related to database. We are just trying to see if the file is stored or not in our server, in our permanent location. Okay, so I think Hriday missed a part. So what we did, just a quick recap, but before that we will first check. So here I'll just type randomly anything. I will choose a file, this a video file. I'll click upload video. So here we have no output. So it came to process upload.php. You can see a video was uploaded. Filling is the secret. Okay. So this is the video which was uploaded just now. Okay. So what we did, so this is the form. Okay. So video title, video description, and video file. So you can see the other two are text data type. But here for the video we have this input type equals to file. So whenever you have input type file, it is important that in the form you add end type equals to multipart slash form data. Without this, video will not be uploaded. Okay, very important. You must have method equals to post and end type equals to multipart form data. Then action equals to process upload whichever file you like. Now in this file, the other values are received as usual, $_post title, $_post description, but for the video, we don't use $_post video like this. Video is just the name of this file input. Okay, you can give any name. I just gave video, don't get confused. So in case of video or any file, input type file, do not put $_post, it will not work. We have to use $_files. That's the main difference. So now this is an associative array. Already I also told before, this is an associative array. It consists of 5 different values. It is not a single value, it is a value consisting of 5 values. So they are name, temp name, errors, type, size. So whichever you like, you can use them. So basically you get a collection of information for that uploaded file. Okay, I am storing this in a variable. So as you know, this variable now contains that associative array. So from that array, I can read the values individually like name, temporary name. Okay, I again stored them in variables like this for more simplifying the task. Okay, so that I don't have to write this complex syntax if I have to use elsewhere in other places. And then I used one function called move uploaded file. So because by default file is uploaded in a temporary location, it is not uploaded in permanent location because it does not know where it should upload. It is the task of the developer to tell the program where it should upload, whether it should upload inside uploads folder or whether it should upload inside some videos folder. Whatever it is the task of the developer to assign that folder. So that's why it just stores the file in temporary location so that we can temporarily read these attributes like error, size, type of the file, size of the file. Okay, so once we move this uploaded file, okay, from this temporary location, so this function takes 2 arguments. So first argument is the temporary name, okay, which you can get this from this temp name attribute. Then the second argument is the permanent destination of the file. So if you just provide the file name like vid.mp4, whatever it is, it will upload in the same location wherever you are trying to process the file. So I'm trying to process the file in process upload.php. So whenever we will run this function, it will upload in the same location. So but if you want to upload inside a folder, then we have to combine the path. We have to build the path in such a way that the final result is inside this folder. So now you can see inside this uploads we have just one file called demo.mp4. So now let us upload the video. Let us go back. Let us type again. Let us upload the video. Let us click upload video. So it has uploaded the video. Now if we come here in uploads folder, you can see a new file came. Okay, so this is how we do video upload. You can see it's not very much of code. The code is very less. PHP simplified a lot of things for us. If we were to use in some other language like Node.js or some other language, we would have to write more code. Okay, In PHP everything is inbuilt, that's why it's very much beginner friendly. Simply in form you have to make enc type multipart form data, input type file, okay, receive here $_files, okay, match the name attribute, then you know in every associative array it has 5 attributes, then you call this function which moves from temporary location to the permanent location wherever you like. Okay, so yes, we have succeeded now in storing the file. Now we have to store this path. Okay, so now we can open this video or file by directly going from this URL. Let us check, right? Can anyone say what will be the URL to read this file? Suppose we have a video called demo.mp4. We want to open this video directly from this URL. So what will be the path I will have to type here? What will be the path that I will have to type so that I can get the video? Okay, so the path will be like this: /YouTube /create video.php, right? So this is referring to this one. So if we want to go inside this video, we have to first go inside uploads folder, /uploads /demo.mp4, like this. So once we open this,
there are a lot of websites
like this, so we get the video, right? So this is the path of the video, /uploads /demo.mp4. So if we store this in our database, we will be able to load the videos dynamically. So in this home page, as you can see, we are loading the videos, but we are loading statically. If you see in index.php file, so we are just mentioning the path, correct? Upload /demo.mp4. We are just mentioning this path. So we have to store this path in our database, isn't it?
Yes.
So similarly in uploads we have given this path. So this path, upload /vid.mp4, this path we have to store in some variable, say $path. If you store in this variable, we can reuse this in storing in database, like this. So we have to first provide this in move uploaded file, and then again we can use this variable also during the storing time of SQL. Okay, so whenever we need to store in our database, so at that time also we can use the same variable, because this upload / name of the video, same thing we are using here to access. Okay, so similarly whatever video we will be uploading, this similar structure we have to store. Then we will be able to reference from this link. Okay, upload / whatever path. So any questions, then let me know. So it's not a lot of code actually, but you should memorize this and understand. Any questions here about this path stuff? Is there any question? Or if Rida is confused, you can also ask. Okay. Alright, so let us just quickly do the work of storing today, and in the next class we will do the fetching part. So let us quickly store in our SQL code. So we'll create new database. So we have no database for YouTube. So we'll create a database called YouTube. YouTube database has been created. So when you have no tables, it gives a prompt like this. So I'll create a table called videos, definitely. So here I will create the columns. So ID should be auto increment. Okay, always remember we want auto incrementing IDs, because every video should always have unique ID. Suppose if two videos have the same name, like how to cook. So two videos have the same title, how to cook. So if you want to delete a video, how to cook, then it will be we'll be in a confusion whether to delete this video or whether to delete that video on how to cook. So that's why we need some unique ID through which we can determine precisely that whichever data that we want to update or delete. Similarly, students are also given roll numbers in a class, so that even if some students may have exact name, we can identify them using roll numbers. Okay, because roll numbers are always going to be unique. So ID, instead of here we'll have your title of the video, then description of the video, then at last we will have the video URL, video_URL. So title will be variable characters, varchar 255 length, description, varchar, or text. You can keep text because there will be a lot of, it can also be long text. So you cannot, it cannot be just 255 text. Okay, it cannot be just 255 characters. And video URL can be, I think, yeah, it's well within 255 characters. If you want to allow null, just put null. Okay, okay, just put them null. So what will it do? It will allow you to store null values. So even if someone does not type title, even if someone does not type description, it will store it without any errors. Okay, but if you do keep it none, the problem will be that if someone does not type title or description, it'll complain. Alright, so I kept all of them null. When I do null here, you can see null box is also checked by default. So default value is also null if someone does not type anything, and by default null is also checked, allow null. So when I click save, a new database will be created. A new table will be created inside this database. So videos table. So now we have to insert this here. Okay. So now you have seen, like most of the time, the problem is that we have to write this again and again, right? mysql _connect. This one, localhost, root. For my case, it's root. Okay, the password is root in my case. Database name YouTube, $con. So it can be annoying to write this line again and again, right? $con equals to mysql connect. This line, isn't it? So in other places, so suppose in fetching, if you need to fetch the videos in index page, so here also again you have to write this $con mysql connect, right? Then select start from videos. So you are repeating the information. In the future, if you change the database name or database password, you'll have to modify every single place, isn't it? So what can be the solution to this?
Yes.
Instead of writing this mysql connect,
Put them in the variable.
no, put them in a separate includes file. So you have to create db.php or con.php, something like this. Okay, so there what we will do, we will cut out this and we will paste here. First, always open PHP tag whenever writing PHP code. Close the PHP tag. This is the code, this is the PHP code, and what we will do, we will include this here. Include. Look, why am I not opening separate PHP code for include? Because I am already in PHP tag. I don't have to separately again create PHP include something, then close this, then again open PHP. Unnecessary. Since you are already inside PHP, go ahead with writing PHP code. So includes /db.php. Okay, like this. So this will include this code. Okay, this code will become a part of this file, isn't it? So I can directly use now, even without defining this connection variable.
Leave the location.
Location, which one?
Like you put the include on instead of that won't matter, is it?
Look, this is inside includes folder, and this is the file process upload. From here we are trying to include this. Which thing?
Connection with the database, it should be before passing the values or after passing the values?
It should be before passing the values.
Okay.
So you know, right? Always we run this, and then only after that we run mysql query. So we first run this command. So it's like we are bringing the code here, and this code will be executed. It's like the code will be copy pasted behind the scene when it will execute. So the code will come here like this, and it will run. But since this part was repeating, so we decided to keep separate. So now here we will write mysql _query, and here we can directly use the connection variable. Whichever variable we created here, we can directly use now. It's much more convenient. In future, we just import this and use like this. So now here the command is insert into. SQL commands should be written in capital if possible. Insert into, name of the table is videos. Always try to create plural table names. In videos, I will only specify the columns I need. I will not specify ID because ID is auto increment. I want it to automatically become 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. So I'll just enter title, description, video URL. Here you don't have to put quotations, okay? Then I will put the values. Okay. So after the table name, I specify the columns I want to insert, and then the values. So title is a string, or variable character, whatever it is, if it is text or variable character, varchar, always surround them within single quotes. Description, the variable name is video description, and at last I have to store the path of the video. So where did I store the path? I stored in this $path variable, right? So this $path is a string. It is a string which is consisting of this upload slash and the name of the file. So $path. Simply include this $path. After we are done inserting, I want to redirect back the user. I want to redirect back to this home page. Okay, I want to redirect to this home page, or I want to redirect to some success page. So header upload success dot. So how do you redirect? Like this, huh? Header location upload success dot php, like this. So don't put spaces in file names. Okay, very important. If you want to put spaces, like instead put that hyphens or underscore, but don't put spaces. It will cause a lot of trouble in future. Whenever you navigate from one file to another, it poses a lot of issues. Sometimes it does not parse the file correctly. It fails to open the file. Okay, so best you can put hyphens. So using this header function, I can redirect the user. As soon as this task will be completed, it will be redirected to some other file, say upload success.php. We have not created this file. Let us create upload success.php. Here also I'll just include header.php, include slash header.php. Why? Because this will give me the default template. Then footer.php, and here what I will say, upload success. I can add some basic bootstrap classes, bg success, success, text hyphen white, p hyphen 5. Okay, video uploaded successfully. Okay, so then we can say home button. So we can add a button to home. So we can say button, not button, ahref equals to index.php. We'll go back to home like this. Back to home. Then class equals to styled btn. Okay. Any questions here? I want to center this button. So what I'll do, I'll put it inside a block element, and then I will add text center. Whenever you want to center inline element, always give text center in the parent, text align center in the parent element. Okay. If you want to center everything, you can put here also. In that scenario, it won't be needed anymore. Also in this button, I want some margin top and bottom, my3. Although I doubt in inline element whether it will work or not. Let us upload the video. Choose file. Upload video. Look, video uploaded successfully. Back to home. Okay, so this is a different page we came. Here I included the header simply. Okay, with just these 2 lines, video uploaded successfully. Actually this class my3 is not working because it is an inline element. In inline element, margins don't work. Okay, always put in block element. So video uploaded successfully. So when I click back to home, it will take me back to home. Here we are not showing the videos, but if you check the database now, you will see that it is storing now. Okay, it is not storing actually. Sometimes you feel like it is working, but it's not working. With mysql underscore query $con insert into videos. So videos is the name.
Your
of
AI is not turned on, I guess.
Which AI? Auto increment. Oh yes, that's why the error is
Yes.
there. Exactly.
It's not primary.
It's not primary key also. Exactly. There is no sign of this key. That's why this delete and other features are also not available. So I have to change this column. Click this change button. Here click this auto increment, and also you have to set primary key. Okay, it is important. In attributes, no, not in attributes. From here you can set primary key. First click save. Okay, it's giving error. I think first you have to set primary key. So first you have to set primary key by coming to more here, primary. Beside a column, just click more, then primary. Okay, now you can make it auto increment. Now click change button. Now come and auto increment it. So first it has to be primary key. Primary key means a unique column. Okay, every table should have a primary key, otherwise it can lead to ambiguous update in these changes. Let us retry. Feeling is the secret. Hello world. Select video file. Feeling is the secret. Upload video. Video uploaded successfully. Let us check in our database. Great. Title of the video, feeling is the secret. This is the description, and upload URL is also there. Nice. So URL is upload slash the name of the video. Okay. Now if I copy this, Control A by selecting everything. Okay. If I copy this and paste it here after YouTube, a localhost slash YouTube, which is the name of the folder of this application. After this, I will paste upload slash this long video URL .mp4. Wonderful.
All things exist.
This one. Okay. So this is the video. So we uploaded. So you can see whatever is there in our folder. This one, uploads folder, like demo.mp4. If we go to demo.mp4, it will come there also. Okay.
Just have an objective.
So if we go to demo.mp4, we'll also get that other file.
There are a lot of websites.
So all of these are working because we are storing the path correctly. Okay. So the same thing we have to use when we show the video. Okay. So when we fetch it in home page, so on the right side we have to fetch the list of videos. Okay. From this table itself, everything is there. Title is there, description is there, video URL is also there, right? So these are the information itself that we need. So on clicking this, we should open a new page of that video, and that video should have a link here, URL. Okay, whichever video should be played, that should have this ID, like video ID like this equals to 3. So if this is there in the URL, then the application will know that it should play the video number 3, like that. Okay, so we'll be continuing this in the next class, I think on Wednesday. Till then you practice this. I'll send the zip code and the videos tomorrow. Alright. You practice file upload, study this file upload. Yeah. Run this code in your system and check. I'll also send this database by exporting. You learn how to import this database. Okay, you can follow up like this. Or if possible, do yourself also. Yeah. If you're curious, try to do yourself also. Make a form. Okay. This search all we have not implemented, but make a form like this. Type multi-part form data. Read the files, move uploaded file. Store the path properly in database. Use the path in 2 places, one for move uploaded file, one for the database. And then later reference back like this. Like that.